Hola, bon dia a tots. Benvinguts a la roda de premsa de la gavina del Jokūbas Brazys, que serà l'última roda de premsa d'espectacle internacional que tenim en aquesta edició del festival. Moltes gràcies a tots pel seguiment durant tants mesos. Presentem a Jokūbas Brazys, que és un... Sabeu que a temporada alta anem fent seguiment de molts grans noms de l'escena internacional, però també ens agrada anar introduint nous noms en la programació. Aquest és clarament un cas. En Jokūbas té 28 anys, és un director d'escena molt jove, és alumne de los Caras Corsonovas, que sí que és un nom molt que coneixeu molt els que passeu per temporada alta, que ha vingut en múltiples ocasions. I des de la companyia de Corsonovas ens van proposar aquest nou director amb aquesta gavina. La gavina és un espectacle que jo diria que és dels que s'ha fet... és un text que és dels que s'ha fet més vegades a temporada alta. Hem tingut la direcció del Corsonovas, també, però també de l'Ostermeyer, d'en Rigola, d'en Veronese. Fa molts anys d'un director hongarès que es deia Arpad Schilling, que va fer una versió molt particular. Vull dir que és un text Txékhov i concretament la gavina és un dels textos que ha passat potser més vegades per temporada alta. I ara ens arriba aquesta versió d'un director molt jove, que té 28 anys. Benvingut al festival, Jokūbas. La primera pregunta seria que ens expliquis una mica què és aquesta gavina i des d'aquí un espectacle que s'ha vist moltes vegades a temporada alta, com l'has enfocat tu? Quina és la teva versió de la gavina?
I think this play it's so universal and it's everybody who's stepping into the world of theater has to analyze it one way or another. As I was saying, for an artist, for a people of theater, it's not like important, but it's a must to one way or another to analyze this play, to kind of step into depths of a Chekhov, and that's what we did. I wouldn't say that it's some kind of very big, strange interpretation. It's more or less it's something very personal and very truthful about young actors, about a young director who is still stepping in this world full of huge shadows and very big ceiling that's always collapsing. Now I believe that this performance is about technical difficulties of a profession of this kind. It's about the theater in general and what it takes for a young people to step in this harsh environment of theater. And I don't think that our performance is some kind of unique interpretation, but I always believe that it's impossible not to interpret Chekhov in one way or another, because it's a new generation that's stepping into the Chekhov's life, into Chekhov's not life, into his world with their own perceptions of life and with our own traumas. So this performance, it's very personal, I believe, and that's why it's unique. We had created some kind of exceptional pulse, heartbeat, I believe so, that's beating in incredible tempo. And in this beating, we are always asking this one question: why are we doing this? Why are we into this world of theater? Is it that was a right decision or it was a wrong decision? Because I don't think that it brings a lot of happiness, but I think the term happiness is completely out of shape right now. It's not about the happiness. It's more or less about the cross that Chekhov wrote. The cross. You have to take your cross and be patient with your cross. You have to walk with it. And this performance, it's like a clash of theatrical forms. It's about a young director who is searching for his own personal view, and he's always asking questions and destroying something that he just created. It's about artists in general. So if I remember correctly your question, but I tried to. Mm-hmm. You can hear me or no?
Sí, 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 sí. Sí, sí.
Okay.
A part de tot i que ets molt jove, t'has acostat als clàssics i has fet Molière, si no m'equivoco, el Misàntrop, has fet un Macbeth de Shakespeare. És la teva manera de treballar, aquí encara no et coneixem, és la teva manera de treballar, acostar-te als clàssics i portar-los a la contemporaneïtat?
Oh, these plays that you mentioned before, the Molière and the Shakespeare, they all were the part of our directing course. It was assignments of our teacher Koršunovas. So it wasn't my personal decision in one way or another, but it was a must. So yeah, but I have created some other performances after that, but it's not based on the classics. But yeah, in one way, I'm gonna stick with the classics for sure. You just need to find the classics takes a lot of time actually, and we have this problem. I believe it's a universal problem that everything has to be faster and faster. Theater is making people, artists, to work fast, and I believe classics you really had to go deep into it, dive into, take your time. So I'm waiting for my time to deep into that.
Okay. Jo ho comentava perquè no conec la situació a Lituània. Aquí, normalment, els directors joves sembla que els hi costa acostar-se als clàssics, i m'ha sorprès que tinguessis ja amb tan pocs anys una llista de clàssics realitzats. En tot cas, tornant una mica i abans de passar la paraula als periodistes, que quan vulguin poden fer preguntes, llegint crítiques i comentaris sobre aquesta gavina, s'ha qualificat com d'una posta en escena en forma de somni metafísic o d'aquest món oníric. Com el veus tu en la teva producció de la gavina?
It's I have this theatrical dogma that I understood. Maybe I think the worst thing that could happen to a theatrical performance is for audience to understand everything, and I don't really understand the term of this meta theater, but all of my performances started from the seagull. I understood that it's important to attack in the way to try to manipulate spectators' dreams. All the answers should come to life while you're sleeping. And I think this performance, yeah, you could say it's like a dream, but I wouldn't say that. It's actually very, very logical, and some anomalies came from from huge logic, I believe so. And I really wouldn't want to prepare you for some kind of dream state. No, just watch it with open-minded, and when before you go to sleep, after you wake up, then we can have this discussion, maybe.
Ok. Paula, tenim alguna pregunta de la premsa? O...
No, de moment no tenim res. Ah, però sí, ara mateix, just ara mateix. En Jordi Bordes del Punt, que diu, parla de ritme especial, ens ho pot definir millor?
Sorry, I didn't get you right. Special what? Rhythm?
Yes.
Yeah, this special rhythm. Okay. When we created this performance, we had there was like plenty of rehearsals, and we were trying to find something. How to say? Yeah, it's more or less about the truth. We have this huge mission to understand what is truth on the stage. What is truth on the stage if the interpretation brings you to some anomalies? What is truth inside our heads of the actors and the artistic team? And this special pulse, it's about the truth. All the actors have a very important, not important, but very, very personal view of their own characters. And it's becoming less and less that I could see that in the theater. That actor is really living with himself, with this character. And this pulse, this special rhythm, it becomes from, what is the word? From searching of the truth, I believe. And as you will see, all these actors, they are constantly trying create and destroy the truth. And in this process, it became something new, as I believe, something new pulse that I couldn't see before. It's about always creating and destroying the idea of the truth. And you are always asking yourself, you know, it's about the seagull. What is the seagull? And if you are always asking and destroying the answer, the seagull is always flying in the way. It becomes a symbol that it's impossible to destroy. So this is the pulse of creating and destroying, and it becomes some kind of music.
Tenim un parell més de preguntes. Diu, en una de les crítiques m'ha semblat llegir que totes les dones són gavines destruïdes pels homes i que en general tothom és destruït per relacions tòxiques. Ens ho pot explicar?
Yeah, I could tell, but yeah, I have heard some comments. Yeah, people saying that all of the women are a seagull. That I'm very harsh to the women in this performance, and it was kind of strange for me. But I don't believe so. I believe that everybody in this performance are a seagull in one way or another, and I'm harsh not to a woman or a man. It's a play. I'm harsh on the human being in the way. What it takes to love. It's a tragedy of love in general. And all of these traumas and complexes of human beings create them as a seagull. It's, you know, as Chekhov have wrote, in the beginning of the play, we have a part where Nina tells that she's a seagull, and she has her own understanding of what is a seagull. It's some kind of symbol of a free will, of something that's always free. And in the end of the play, she comes back and she says, you know, I really understood that I'm really a seagull. I'm really a seagull. Without a home, without nothing, I'm always in the cold and in the dark. I'm searching for something to survive, and that's a seagull. And Chekhov completely changed the metaphor of base element of this play. And that's what's happening with most of the characters in this play. They kind of change their own metaphor. So yeah, there's plenty of seagulls there. And we are asking one important question. You know, we are looking at the dead seagull, and we are asking, what do you think? Is this a seagull or it's not a seagull? So, yeah. Thank you.
D'acord, i tenim una altra pregunta d'en Magí de La Vanguardia que diu: els actors intervenen en el procés creatiu o tot ho marca el director?
I don't really understand this. Everything is said by the director. It's not possible to set everything by yourself. Theater plays with human souls, and especially this play, which is very hard on a human soul. And it's impossible to say or to give a command and expect that actor will do it completely blinded. No, everything is made from huge discussions, and we had to be very open, and we created this part of family. This kind of family, and you know, what is family? It's family. It's arguments. It's arguing. So everything more or less came from the argument, arguing, and trying to understand each and every one of the artistic team, and to create something that it's safe. It's safe for them. It's safe for me. So as I was saying, this performance is our diploma work of the university. So we had this connection with the actors and directors. You know, we had to really create this kind of church or secta. I don't know how to say. The theater is one way or another a secta. You are always creating a new church. So that's what we did, and we really cut deep into one and another. And in this environment, it's impossible to give a command. Everything has to be really exchanged. How to say? Yeah, so it was a teamwork. I would say it was a teamwork in general. Yeah. Yeah.
Tenim una altra pregunta que diu: l'obra entén millor que altres produccions la pressió del director jove respecte a altres posades en escena? Sovint se'l considera com un capritxós i privilegiat, no?
Me?
No.
No, don't. No, I'm
No,
not.
no,
But
no.
yeah, this performance
Es
is.
referia al personatge de l'obra, al director jove de l'obra.
Yeah, it's no, it is personal. It's but this director in the play, it doesn't end very well for him. Uh, it's it's about theater in general, about acting, about directing, about searching for some kind of mystical truth that will guide you, searching for a God in the way, and looking around, understanding that you are sitting alone in a room for quite a while, and you didn't give a chance for God to give you a hand because you didn't went to the mountains. You were sitting next to a table and waiting for some sign. And when the sign comes, you are completely lost. You're completely lost. It's yeah, it's more or less about the privilege. It's about the privilege of immaturity. Privilege of immaturity.
Hi ha alguna altra pregunta, Paula?
No, ara mateix no tenim res més.
Vale. Jo volia, per acabar, Jokūbas, nosaltres a Girona hem vist una bona part o una part important de l'obra del Corso Noves. M'agradaria, també per situar-te tu en el panorama, que ens definissis una mica la teva relació amb en Corso Noves, que entenc que ha sigut un dels teus mestres. Que si ha sigut una referència teva, si en la teva forma de fer teatre has begut de la trajectòria de Corso Noves, etc.
Yes, he was the main inspiration for me to step in the theater world in the first place. And we have a good relationship. I always trust his judgment, guidance. I would say we trust one another. We created some kind of bond, and it's important to have somebody to really talk about the theater, because usually we are alone in this journey. So I'm very glad I had Koršunovas to guide me and to say that you are not completely crazy. It's it's okay to feel this way or another. But in the other hand, it's like a course. It's like a course, because everybody's really trying to pick the pieces of my own work and analyze it from a Koršunovas perspective. That I can hear a lot of comments that I'm not searching for my own path. I'm trying to get or steal in the way from my masters. So it's a course, but I'm thinking I'm doing completely different things. But of course, everything it came from him. Like the way I study theater, more or less, it was by watching his performances 10 times, 15 times, watching online and understanding the main understand the material of the theater in the way. So yeah, I have a huge something of him that I need to take it flow, you know, to put it in the water. It's a sacrifice. So yeah, it's important to have people who thinks and lives about a theater. It's important to understand that you are not alone in this world. Actually, what's happening to the Costa in the civil, he was completely alone there. So yeah.
Moltes gràcies. De fet, la teva gavina i la d'en Corsonoves és bastant diferent. Podrem comprovar aquest cap de setmana. Crec que no hi ha més preguntes, així que moltes gràcies, Jokūbas, moltes gràcies a tots. I per la premsa també gràcies per haver-nos seguit en tota aquesta sèrie de rodes de premsa, que avui acabem i ens veiem a la de tancament, però ja no tenim més rodes de premsa de presentació d'espectacles. Moltes gràcies a tots i ens veiem el divendres al Teatre de Salt.
Gràcies.
Gràcies, moltes gràcies.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jokūbas.
I'm waiting to come here.
Thank you.
Molt bé.
Yeah.
Adéu.
Goodbye.
Una foto.